Yes guys, Max here, back again with a brand new video, and today we're going to be doing a tier list. I've not done one of these in a while, but we're back with it today. We're going to be ranking Premier League wingers, so there's some good ones, there's some bad ones. I'll show you the tiers right now. We've got world class, top of the range stuff, best wingers in the league, very good, decent, meh, and bin. Yeah, I don't know who's going to get in the bin category because all these wingers are quite good, so we're going to have to, be quite harsh. If you do go on to enjoy today's video, make sure you like, subscribe, and don't forget to turn that notification bell on for the channel so you never miss a video. Also, massive shout out to FanHub. It's an app where you can predict football games, predict scores, etc, etc. I've put a link in the description. I've partnered with them, so if you click that link in the description, you can sort of, predict your own scores. You can win free stuff. It's an amazing app. Click the link in the description to try it. Right, we're kicking off the tier list with Raheem Sterling. Right, what a player he's been so far this season for Chelsea, and overall, it's sort of, we're basing this on basically this season and last season, last 18 months, I'd sort of say. Raheem Sterling, for me, he's a good Premier League winger. Is he very good? I'd say he is. I'd say Raheem Sterling is a very good Premier League winger. He's going to go in that category for me. I don't think he's world class. I think he was world class, but right now, I'd say he's very good. But yeah, Raheem Sterling, unbelievable. Bryan Mbeumo, for me, he's a decent winger. He's a decent calibre Premier League winger. Again, for Brentford, he's sort of the main man now. Tony's not there, isn't he? He's sort of, carrying them a little bit, so to say. They've had a bit of a struggle at the start of this season, Brentford, but I think Bryan Mbeumo's been that shining light. Solly March. Right then, for me as a winger, is he a winger? He sort of plays midfield sometimes, he sometimes fills in at left back. As a winger, I'll put him in decent. Okay, I'm going to put him in decent. I am going to do this in terms of, so in the categories, the person at the front is the best one in that category, if you get what I mean. You will when I go on. Marcus Rashford. So far this season, he's not had a great one, but we know what Rashford can do. We know what he is like as a winger. He's going to go in very good for me. Is he better than Sterling? I'd say he is. I'd say he is better than Sterling. I'd say he is better than Raheem Sterling, but it's close. Rashford is a very good winger on his day. That's the issue. He could go into the world-class category, but on his day, he's good, and then sometimes he's very inconsistent, Marcus Rashford. We all know that. Miguel Almiron. Right, this is gonna sound harsh. Oh, I don't want to do it. I've put him in the bin. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind Miguel Almiron, but I'm looking at this list. He's 25 wingers, and he's probably one of the worst ones in the list. I'm sorry. Crucify me, Newcastle fans now. I hate to do it, but he has to go in the bin for me. Jack Grealish, a man I put in my overrated 11 because I didn't know his best position. As a winger, he's decent, don't get me wrong. He's alright. Is he better than March? Yeah, right, let's not be silly. Is he better than Mbeumo as a winger? I'm going to organise it like that. Grealish and Mbeumo March. I think he is the best so far. But you know what? As a winger, he's sort of a midfield player, Grealish, for me. I think he would thrive in that attacking midfield role. But as a winger, he's alright. He's decent. Mohamed Salah up next. And for me, straight to world class. Probably the best Premier League winger there is out there. The goal impact he has, the goal input he has, he scores so many. We see it time and time again, the amount of goals he scores. Will put him in his overrated 11, as we saw. What on earth is that?
Mo Salah. He can walk off all he wants. Overrated.
Jared Bowen. Now here's one. Jared Bowen as a winger. Oh, it's tough. I'm going to put him decent, and I'm going to put him ahead of Jack Grealish. I think Bowen is a better winger than Jack Grealish. Yes, I said it. Phil Foden. He's not really a winger, is he? He's sort of been playing more as a number 10 for City now. He's sort of been playing a bit more central. As a winger, though, he's still decent, I'd say. I'd still say he's better than Bowen. I think Foden's feet, unbelievable. He's probably better off the right-hand side, cutting in on his left foot, but again, that's so predictable. But Foden's one of them that can use both feet, and a lot of these wingers, they will be ranked higher if they can use both feet. Salah's not too bad with his right foot. Rashford's not too bad with his left foot. Sterling can use both feet. That's why they're quite high, and they've done it for long periods of time. So yeah, Foden, I'll put him in decent as a winger. If we're doing number 10s, maybe we'll do that in the future. It'll probably be a little bit higher. Bukayo Saka for me is world class. I think he is the second one making it into the world class category. Again, he is the definition of a winger. He beats his man, he can cut in with his left foot, shoot, use his right foot, whip a ball across. He's unreal. Arsenal's best player for me by far has to be in the world class category. Cole Palmer, I'll put him in meh. He's a young player, he's coming through, and so far at Chelsea, he's scoring goals. I mean, he's a big price tag, don't get me wrong, but I don't think he's in the bin, is it? He's close. I feel bad on Almiron now, please. I'm sorry, Newcastle fans. Anthony Gordon, I'm going to put him in the meh category as well. I do think he is better than Cole Palmer so far this season, especially. We've seen more of Gordon. He's starting to come into his own now at Newcastle. I think that was a right career move for him, joining Newcastle from Everton. Dwight McNeil. It's hard because I do like McNeil, but I am going to put him in the bin just because the calibre of players we've got on this list, he is probably the worst on there, I think. One of the worst on there, but he's the worst of a good bunch. He's made it on this list because he is a good winger. Like, I've not included loads of other wingers, like Bournemouth don't have any names on here. There's a few, Fulham don't have any names on here. There's a few clubs we don't have any on here, and that's because Dwight McNeil's better, so I've narrowed it down to 25. I know there's an Everton fan who watches my history of football. I'm sorry. I'm a big fan of you. I'm a big fan of Dwight McNeil, but he's got to go in the bin for me in this list. I'm sorry. Moussa Diaby is a decent winger, and for me, I really like him. I'm putting him there. I'm putting him second in the decent behind Phil Foden. I think he's so direct with what he does on the right-hand side. My favourite position to watch is a left-footed right winger, a man who can cut in on that left foot and score some curlers, score some worldies, whip one into the bottom corner without the keeper knowing. That's my favourite sort of player, and he can use his right foot as well. He's been killing it with Leverkusen last few seasons. He's coming to the Premier League and he's adapted very well. So Moussa Diaby into the decent category for me. Next up, Alejandro Garnacho, a man I very, very like. Does that make sense? I really, really like we'll go for. And he's going to go in decent, I think. Yeah, we'll put him in decent. He's going to go quite low on decent. I think he's better than March, but obviously Emblemo and stuff start ahead of him. I think he's a decent winger right now. He's got the potential to be very good. He's got the potential to be world class. But for now, a player who doesn't really start for United, he comes off the bench and impacts games so much. He's going to go in the decent category for me. So, yeah, Garnacho has to go there. I mean, I love watching him play. I did a video the other day about Ballon d'Or and I put his name in there. That's how highly I rate him. And I think he has got the potential to do that. Right, this is going to be really, really controversial. I might get crucified for this. Pedro Neto from Wolves. He's going in the very good category. Yeah, genuinely. I love Pedro Neto. I think he's the player I want at Manchester United. He's the player I dream about. He's the player I wished Anthony was. There's still time for Anthony to develop. We'll get onto him later. But Pedro Neto is so more direct. And he's a player who can use his right foot. Again, a right winger using his left foot. It's unbelievable. We've seen him thrive at Wolves so far this season. Injuries have sort of, made him take a few steps back over the last few years. But this season, he's been unreal. And honestly, as a winger, he's one of the most direct wingers in the league, and I've put him in a very good category. I might get killed. Wolves fans will probably love me. Everyone else will probably hate me, but I'm a big fan of Pedro Neto. I'm on the Pedro Neto hype train. Luis Diaz. I'm going to put him also in very good. I think he is a very good winger. Another one who just beats his man. I love seeing a winger now that actually just, instead of, picking up the ball deep, moving back or sideways passing, are picking up the ball and running past the fullback. That's all I want to see. A few tricks here and there, beating the fullback and getting the cross across the box and for the striker to score. So Luis Diaz is that sort of player, and he's also got a few worldies in his locker, so he is in the very good category. Mudryk, I'm going to put in meh. Okay, so far I think Gordon's been better. I'm going to do that. Yeah, he's coming into his own this season, but the massive price tag, I can't put him any higher than meh. But again, I think Mudryk is a good player. He won't be on this list if he wasn't. I think he just needs a bit more time. He's getting the goal contributions now, which is good. He's thriving under Pochettino, so we'll see how he does this season, I guess. Now, Jeremy Doku, I am a massive fan of, and I'm going to put him, he's close to very good. You know what? I'm putting him in very good. He's going to go bottom of very good. Actually, let me rearrange this. I think Diaz is better than Neto. Just that's how I'd have it. That's how I'd have it so far. Jeremy Doku's coming to Manchester City, and what a signing he's been. He scores goals, he gets assists, and again, like I said about Diaz and Neto, they beat the fullback and put a cross into the box. He has a few tricks up his sleeve here and there, but more often than not, he just beats his man and crosses it in the box for Haaland, and that's all you need to do when you've got a big 6'4" goal-scoring machine in your box. Now, Anthony is up next, and straight away, I am going to put him in the bin. I am a United fan, I know, but I'm putting him in the bin just because I'm comparing him to the wingers I've got on this list so far. Again, he wouldn't be in this list if he was really bad. He's the worst out of a bad bunch. He's the worst out of a great bunch, sorry, obviously. I put him in the bin. The problem is with Anthony, I'm going to say it now, he can't use his right foot and it holds us back a lot. Plays off the right-hand side, but he can't use his right foot. He just uses his left. He cannot utilise his right foot, and it really annoys me sometimes. He can't beat a man more often than not. He's got a few tricks up his sleeve, which I like. His left foot's kind of, he's got a good left foot on him, let's just admit that, but that's the problem. He's got a really good left foot and a really bad right foot. He needs to sort that out. But yeah, he's not really contributing a lot either so far. I'm putting him in the bin, but it might be a bit harsh. I think the price tag is taking a big hit there because I've got him in the bin and Mudryk in meh, and Mudryk's done less than Anthony. But that's just, I see Anthony play every single week, so I have to critique him. I'm a United fan, I know, but I'm critiquing it, okay? Heung-min Son straight away for me. Oh, I put him in very good. No, you're bumping up there, Son. Heung-min Son goes into the world-class category for me. Is he better than Saka and Salah? I don't think so, because I think Son's sort of playing as a striker now, with the absence of Harry Kane, who moved on to Bayern Munich. Son's sort of becoming that number 9, if you will. So he's sort of adapting a new role under the Ange Postecoglou way. But still, on his day, he's been killing it for Spurs for what, like 7 years now? He's unreal. We know that. Gabriel Martinelli, for me, is going at the top of very good. Another winger who just beats his man and gets a cross in the box. I've said it, about 9 times now? But that's what I want from a winger. Please stop with the bollocks of moving back and passing it back to your fullback on the overlap and letting them do the work. You do your job. And that is what Martinelli does. He's very direct, and I do rate Martinelli. Up next, Michael Elise. He is going to go in the decent category, but he's going to go bottom of decent because of the injuries. Last season, he was very good for Palace. He's not played a single minute this season. But again, he's got loads of potential. His ceiling's high. He's a very good player. He's just going in the bottom of decent for now. He definitely will be higher in the future. Matoma is definitely going in very good. And he's going to go behind Sterling there. I think he's better than Diaz, Neto and Doku. I know I'm a big fan of Neto, Doku and Diaz. But I think Matoma does just pip them. The dribbling technique. I mean, that goal he scored against Wolves this season where he ran through about 3 or 4 or 5 different players. Unreal. He deserves to be there. And finally, Dejan Kulusevski. I think he is a decent winger. I'm going to put him there though. I don't think he's better than Mbeumo. He's going to go in the decent category for me, and that is where we wrap it up. Do you agree with my tier list? I think that's all right. 3 players in the bin, 3 in meh. Yeah, you know what? I think that's fair. Do you agree? Let me know in the comments below. That's where we're going to wrap it up. See you all in the next one. Boom.